38 most anticipated survival games are set to release this 2018 and beyond on the PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Let's check them out right now. Dying Light: Bad Blood. Techland is barely done with their zombie/parkour game. This latest entry is a standalone multiplayer expansion for the thrill seekers. It will feature heavy PvP and PvE mechanics and is coming this May 2018 on the PC. Conan Exiles. Finally moving out of early access, survive the harsh and savage lands set in the Conan the Barbarian universe. Build, survive, dominate, and be proud of your dong as the game releases this May 8th on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. State of Decay 2. The most awaited sequel of Undead Lab's zombie survival game is finally near. This latest entry gives players a taste of its promised online multiplayer content and a horde mode, coming this May 22nd on the PC and Xbox One. Don't Starve Hamlet. The latest DLC from Clay's popular horror/survival game. Discover a lost town and encounter pig shops, houses, new items, and dive into the ancient pig ruins. It's coming sometime this June 2018. The Last Year. This 5 vs 1 survival horror takes you and your friends in a massive school with only one killer. Search for resources and craft weapons to survive the nightmare. It's coming out this August 2018. Overkill's The Walking Dead. Robert Kirkman's TV show may have suffered losses, but its gaming counterpart manages the franchise to rise from the dead. Enjoy a new survival story with new characters and a first-person co-op experience. It's coming sometime this fall 2018. We Happy Few. Take a dip into a sea of drug-induced delirium and compulsion game's dystopian survival game. Go against the fold as you strive to accomplish a personal quest in an alternate England setting. It's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this second quarter. Scum. Let's get ready to rumble in this upcoming title developed by Crow Team and published by Devolver Digital. Set in the hostile halls of maximum security, survive the onslaught of the multiplayer prison riots. Coming on the PC this second quarter. Daymare 1998. A horror tale told in multiple perspectives. Starting out as a fan-made Resident Evil 2 remake, this indie title boasts the touch of previous Resident Evil developers, hopefully creating a worthwhile survival title. It's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this third quarter. Memories of Mars. An open-world survival game that will open your eyes to the secrets of the Red Planet. More than just a barren wasteland, set up camp in its unforgiving terrains and fight off the planet's mysterious inhabitants. Currently on Steam Early Access, its official launch is set this spring. Dollhouse. Inspired by Stephen King's spine-tingling plotlines, play a role in a deadly game of cat and mouse. A survival game anchored on the power of choice, unravel a compelling story that's custom-fit to your decisions. It's set to release on the PC and PS4 this 2018. Far Lone Sails. A game without enemies except for the mystifying atmosphere of loneliness. Take control of a vehicle sailing around in an endless post-apocalyptic sea. Built around a drive for exploration, it's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One sometime this year. Ashen. Based on Cormac McCarthy's novel The Road, Ashen welcomes us into its bleak and sunless world. Find a place to call home and fend off creatures with Souls-like stamina-based combat. Coming to the PC and Xbox One sometime this year. Visage. Sad Square Studios' survival horror takes after the footsteps of Kojima's BT. Step inside the haunted manor and unlock the Death's Visage in your quest to uncover its long history. It's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One in 2018. Pathologic 2. The remake half of a confusing simultaneous release. It offers a revamped experience of the magnetic oddities of a 2005 psychological survival horror. Play as the only medic around and fight against the plague in a span of 12 days. It's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this year. Deadwood: The Forgotten Curse. It's hard to believe this childishly wondrous open world is actually a zombie game in disguise. Scavenge for resources, use tools, and craft nifty inventions to keep the Deadwood invasion. It's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this year. Kursk. Telling the story of Russia's horrific naval disaster, Kursk plays the twofold role of a documentary/adventure survival game. Submerge yourself into the world of truth and audiovisual delights. Coming to the PC, PS4, and Xbox One this year. Days Gone. SIE Bend Studios' harrowing take on the zombie genre. Face off against hordes of the infected in their unprecedented third-person viewpoint. An open-world survival with vast landscapes and perspectives, it's set to release this year on the PS4. Asylum. Open your eyes to the horrors of the mental health institutions in this upcoming indie horror game. From the same developers as 2007 adventure, Scratches, it's packed with the same atmospheric scares and unexpected twists within the fully explorable institute. It's set to release in 2018 on the PC. Die Young. Find your way out of a dazzling Mediterranean island populated by a cultish rural community. It's a scenic nightmare fueled only by your ability to run, jump, and climb. Survive the enigmatic countryside as it releases this year on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Overland. Become part of the mob and make the most out of every bad situation. A mix of strategy and survival, take a road trip through a stylistic North America, and survive the obstacles of their procedurally generated levels. Set to release on the PC sometime this year. The Darwin Project. An Overwatch-like battle royale set in a wintry land of post-apocalyptic Canada. Playing as their cast of convicted felons, craft your weapons mid-battle and become the last man standing. It's coming to the PC and Xbox One this year. White Day 2 Swan Song. A follow-up to Sonori's 2016 first-person horror survival game, it takes place 6 years before the events of the first game. Return to the halls of the haunted school and reveal the mystery behind the deaths of several students. Playable with and without a VR headset, it's set to release on the PS4 sometime this year. World War Z. With the combined forces of Paramount and Saber Interactive comes the video game adaptation of the zombie novel and movie. A 4-player co-op game worked together to survive the long march of the undead, coming to the PC and PS4 and Xbox One in 2018. Outpost Zero. Colonize a dry desert planet in this shooter and survival game hybrid. Play as an AI overseer tasked with building a new habitat for humanity. Manage resources and tame the beasts of the barren lands. Coming to the PC in 2018. Tunguska, The Visitation. Inspired by the radioactive dangers of the Stalker series, this game is a top-down shooter that lets you test your skills in the irradiated zone. Rife with lush visuals and tough choices, it's coming to the PC in 2018. Far Peak. Conquer the perilous trails of Mount Everest in this indie survival game straight from Poland. Powered by sheer determination, it challenges you to weather the blizzards and dizzying heights. Not much details yet, but it's set to release on the PC this year. Osiris New Dawn. A tasty treat for enthusiasts in the new dawn of space exploration, survive the terror of an alien world and brave the realm of cosmic uncertainty. Explore, craft, fight, and work with other players to build a thriving colony. Coming this year to the PS4 and Xbox One. Dead Island 2. The most awaited game from Sumo Digital. After the success of their first zombie shooter, this sequel promises a bigger open world to explore and more zombies to face. No release date yet, but it's set to release on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Allison Road. Another spiritual successor to PT. This first-person horror lets you explore a mysterious house inhabited by terrifying ghosts. Jump scares are in every corner, but only when the atmosphere kicks in. Set to release on the PC, but no release date yet. H1Z1. Daybreak Games' H1Z1 is a free-to-play battle royale. Much like PUBG, it's a last-man-standing deathmatch that matches you with up to 150 people. Released on the PC, its release dates on the PS4 and Xbox One are yet to be announced. Deliver Us to the Moon. In the year 2029, humanity is forced to harness the lunar resources in a bid to save civilization. Put on your spacesuits and explore the moon's rich surface while managing oxygen levels. No word on a release date yet, but it's slated to release on the PC and Xbox One. The Wild 8. A co-op survival game that lets you share the burden of wildlife survival. After a plane crash left you and a team of survivors freezing in the Alaskan wilderness, use your individual skills to keep warm and protect against the rabid creatures. Coming to the PC and Xbox One with no release date yet. Resident Evil 2 Remake. A remake of the title that popularized the survival horror genre. Walk through the terrifying streets of Raccoon City and relive the scares of one of the most beloved Resident Evil titles. Unfortunately, Capcom has kept mum about the details since its announcement last 2015. The Last of Us 2. a follow-up to Naughty Dog's moving post-apocalyptic tale. This second chapter will highlight the adventures of a now-grown Ellie and her hunt for Firefly. Rendered with jaw-dropping visuals, there's currently no word yet on an official release date. Praey for the Gods. Having gone through a significant name change to make way for Bethesda's Praey, No Matter Studios' upcoming survival action adventure is still on its way to release. Weather the never-ending winter and square off against towering behemoths. No release date yet, but it's coming to the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Heathen. Greenlit on Steam, this indie shooter is based on the novel of H.G. Wells. Explore an island populated by Dr. Moreau's oddities. Be one of the beasts and understand the nature of the island. No release date yet. 60 Parsecs. Join a ragtag crew of cartoon astronauts and help them gather enough supplies for the journey into the unknown. Discover its vast procedural cosmos as you scavenge for supplies and navigate through its lightning-fast branching narratives. Coming soon on the PC. You may get these games right now by clicking the links below.